So what we're doing is you place a demand on the Minister of Finance for the return of your security. We're going to be mentioning Section 1 of the Bill of Rights. Life, liberty, security of the person. And that's all you're looking for. Your life, your liberty. Dude, if you're worth 10 million bucks and that security is generating 400 grand a year, isn't that life? Isn't that liberty? Don't you have a right for it? And bear in mind, the law is actually, people think the law is very ambiguous. It is not. The law is extraordinarily precise language. It's a very technical, very precise language, and it's the ambiguity that helps make it precise. If they wanted to say that if this was security, that security meant safety or protection, they would use those words. They cannot use the word security without it meaning security. And when you look up the definition of security, it's a physical document. You make a demand on the Minister of Finance to return that to you. You will express to him, and you're going to do it very publicly and make sure the Queen is aware so that they know the Queen is aware. You fight the bully, you let the whole school see. You know what bullies hate more than anything? They hate to see you laughing and walking away from them. They hate that, boy, I tell you. And if they're going to chase you, run around the corner. Stop. Hit them as they come around, then keep running. Bullies tend to run fast around corners. They're not the smartest people, eh? Chasing me around a corner, that's a pretty good way to get laid out. So you serve your notice on them, your notice of understanding and intent, your claim of right. You express a courtesy letter to them. You're closing a trust. You're telling them, listen, I'm not letting you hold my security anymore because basically I don't trust you. Sorry, you're fired. We're breaking up. Give me what's mine. Be nice and explain it so that everyone who reads it can understand what's going on. Once you secure that, or you make your claim of right under Section 337 of the Criminal Code, and in this claim, because there's a maximum in law and equity that states that which ought to be done must be seen as having been done. If someone is holding your shares, your securities, and they have the ability, because of that, to collect dividends and vote on mergers and partnerships and unions, if you demand the return of that so that you can exercise your ability to vote, it's not a function of them now delivering it and then you having the power to vote. You have taken away their power because you made that demand. The moment people start making these demands, their ability to merge with the United States is going to be squashed. One outstanding share that didn't get their voting rights will nullify the vote. Because if there's one, there might be 51%. This is the way we have to stop the North American Union, the Security Prosperity Partnership, be rich and be abundant and be free, and it's entirely lawful, it's very easy, and it's all there right in front of you, and you would see it if you read Section 330. Just read those parts I told you. It's all right there. It's like little pieces of a puzzle. See how well they fit together, and tell me you don't see what I see, because I see it clear as day now. Any questions? I know I should be funnier and my voice is sore. Sorry. Yes, ma'am?
Does it matter how old you are to claim your rights?
No.
So you can do it with the children?
Well, I would say at that age, either 13 or 16 would be the ones that I could point to, where, like in Judaism, a 13-year-old certainly has certain powers. From my perspective, I would say it's 16, but you can claim this for those whom you're providing parenting to, if that's your concern. Yes, you can claim it for them.
Do you consider the birth certificate to be a security or evidence of a security?
Evidence of a security, evidence of a trust.
Do you think you can accept, what do you think of this accepting the birth certificate for value?
I don't understand what they're doing with that. I know that it evidences your security certificate, and we should be turning that in for our security. So whatever you write on it is far less important than what you get in exchange.
So have you done this?
I'm doing it now. I uncovered this about 3 weeks ago. I spoke with the Minister of Finance today, or the Minister of Finance's office. I spoke with my sister about it, and I have I've prepared our notice of understanding and intent and the claim of right, and I'm serving it on the minister on Friday. I'm going to be in his office.
This notice will be available to us?
What's that?
The notice of intent will be available to us?
Yes, what I would caution though is don't use a notice of understanding and intent unless you actually have the understanding. If there's something there that you don't understand and you try carrying it, they get it, knock it out of your hand, you fail. Your understanding does not have to be as large as mine might appear to be. I have seen very powerful notices of understanding and intent. That was one page. It was like a kid wrote it on with crayon on a napkin almost. It essentially said, I've looked in my own heart. I found that love is my biggest law. I then looked at your words. I didn't find the word love. So your words can't be my law, and I'm not going to be bound by them. Thank you, have a good day. If you got a problem, then. They didn't respond, and that was it. It can be that simple.
How long have you had this insight into, this is a new thing for you to?
Yeah, it just came out with, well, I saw how it all folds in about 3-4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
Was that the tomato fight email?
Yeah, the tomato fight. The rotten tomato fight.
Yeah.
How many read that?
Well, we gotta get it around.
I want to kick the shit out of Robin Belanger, I'll tell you that. I know I'm supposed to be nice. No, I'm teasing. He's got his perspective. God works in funny ways. And with very funny people, apparently. That was funny. I'm talking about me too. Any other questions? My voice is starting to run out here. No, you've had 2 already, mister.
I wanted to ask you about it. I know of this one child that's here in the city, and she has never been registered with a birth certificate or anything like that.
Right?
Does anybody have any control over her?
The parents would have the common law control. My brother, Robert Christie, he's got a new baby girl, Aurora, and he served notice in the paper, and these people that you're talking about, I don't know if they serve notice. You don't try flying under the radar. Enemies fly under the radar, they'll attack you. You fly right through the radar, great big smiling grin, hi, here I am, come fight me if you want, but wait a minute, I'm on side. Robert Christie and his wife, they served notice in a number of papers. They served notice on the government saying this is a free sovereign child born, we have all the power, you have nothing, stay away, And they had their pictures, it's pretty sweet actually, a picture of themselves and their little boy and their new baby girl saying this is a sovereign child, unregistered, you have no power, stay away.
But now when it comes time that child...
Stand up, so they can't hear you. Stand up, can't hear
Speak
you.
up.
When it comes time that child ends up being sick and goes to the hospital, are they allowed to refuse them medical care?
No.
Oh, see,
No,
that's-
you're right. Your right to medical services in Canada has absolutely nothing to do with how much or what type of insurance you have. And what I do is I go to them and like I broke my elbow once. Hurt like a mother too, I'll tell you. My sister said it was worse than childbirth, so I don't want to hear anything from you women about it. But I went in and I said, you have a duty to fix me. They fixed me. I said, give me a bill. Just bill me, but they won't bill you. And they can't really bill you, and if they did, I just send it to the government and say, take care of this, because we're so rich. The value of Canada is beyond measure. We are the richest country on the planet. Look at the mass of the property. Look at all the resources that are there, either one time or continually extractable. Look at the number of people, how few we are. Holy mackerel, we are so rich. I want to run for office on a platform that says we should get rid of stairs. No stairs in Canada because we got so much room we should be building up. We're going to outlaw stairs.
You want to break for half an hour and give people a chance to go bathroom break or whatever, and then we'll come back. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. You're asking for me to run 2 laps instead of just one, really. Actually, let's do that. Let's have a little break. I'll have a cigarette and a beer, and if you guys can come up with any questions, yeah?
Just before the break, if you're not natural born Canadian, your birth certificate,
Right?
what do we do? That's always been an issue. I'm never sure.
What I see is that, A, you still have all the same human rights. Now imagine a corporation. A lot of corporations have different types of stock, the voting and non-voting stock. What I see as the only logical position would be that there would be 2 types of stock. They would all collect the same amount of dividends, but only those who are born in Canada would have voting shares.